Так, здравствуйте, друзья! Сегодня продолжаем играть в игру под названием «Вампир». У меня сегодня вторая глава. Начинаем. Так, что мне надо? Открыть посетитель. Вот, ко мне кто-то пришел.
Hurry now, Doctor. It's freezing here.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is like...
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Спасибо, сестра. Так, погнали в морг. Так, в конце коридора. Какого коридора? Ой, так, это вышел я.
It's locked, all right.
Так, это тоже... Если я так понимаю. Диана, блядь. Закрой створки, нахуй. Иди сюда. Требуются медсестры, из жизни зависит от тебя. Круто. Увы, я не медсестра. Куда я попал? Ничего нет.
It's locked, all right.
Понял. Не дурак. Так, что-то мне кажется, это через улицу надо идти.
She needs a giant morgue disguised as a hospital. What's Pembroke nowadays?
Карта. Помочь с эпидемией. Торговцу. Машина, созданная игроком. В смысле? Я что ли создал? Не надо мне. Его сюда надо. 6 метров. Все опять агитация. Не выходите на улицу. Инфлюенса. Вот страшно.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Что это такое? Скалин. Ну-ка. Ладно, я еще пока не разобрался. Погнали в морг. Будем действовать по сюжету. Что с тобой, ребят? Вот, ой. Возможно, не припрыгнул. Ой. Ну. Что за фил-то? Ой. Меня убили. Пардон. Да, техника, конечно, здесь боя угнетающая. Не сравнится с некоторыми играми. Где? О, у меня же появилась способность. Тоже. Вот так вот, ребятушки. Вот это уже более правдиво. Фотография в бумажнике, фотография улыбающей парочки, на обороте несколько слов. Милтон и Пиппа навсегда. Расследования, которые вам доверяют горожане, рассортированы по районам. Чтобы приступить к заданию, выберите его, нажмите левую кнопку мыши. После этого на карте отобразится область, которую нужно исследовать. Так, погнали. Мусорка. Да что ты? Опа. похоже, не туда пошел. Все-таки в этом здании где-то. С этим потом разберусь. Какая боль к тебе вернулась. Что-то я не понял. Просто вокруг прошел. Шел обратно в больницу. Прикол такой. Так, хоп. Вот. Уже вот он мог. Ну, погнали. Так, здоровая. И что-то здесь много. Так, это выход, я так понимаю. Мне туда не надо. Найти тартрат железа. Найти хинин, найти гипохлорид натрия. Медицина. Давай, товарищи, что было? Хоть фонарик бы дали какой, что ли? Хожу как неприкаянный. В темноте. Якобы вампир, знаете ли, все. Можно, ты должен видеть в темноте, но я что, не вампир. Персонаж, да. Только я не вижу, что он видит в темноте. Это темненько как-то. Погнали.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. I cannot enter.
Я тебя услышал.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement. It's locked.
Нет. Ищем подвал. Подвал внизу где-то. Я не понимаю. Точно. Ух ты. Кто-то за мной следит. И это кто-то может дать мне по голове.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Так, мне кровушка нужна. Крыски есть? Крыски. Крысок нет. Иди сюда. Зомби где? Не рычи на меня. Ух ты! Ой, промахнулся. Ах ты. Чего? Ладно, бычка же руки в друга. Да что ты? Получше будет сражаться. Топорик тяжелый для него сильно. Еле им машет. Так, крови я так и не добился от них.
It's locked, all right. Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report.
Вы получаете новый тип оружия для левой руки. Выберите его, нажмите, чтобы поглощать кровь.
I'd better look into this.
Штука. Идем. Для левой руки. Все понял. Что он делает? Хирургический нож. Так. Это вместо... Ой, что-то все путаюсь. Три поглощения крови. Хождение по мукам, хождение по кругу. иначе я умру.
These skulls can be so ferocious.
О,
I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
что ж ты за чудовище такое? Чуть меня не убил. Давай, восстанавливайся, чувак, восстанавливайся. О. Тык. Господи, обратите внимание. Ну-ка. Красиво. Улучшить можно? Нет. Так, что можно улучшить? Ничего, да? О. Есть. Так, еще один препарат осталось найти. Так, раз железо какой-то. Так. Там. Так, 20 метров. Как мне туда попасть? Кто знает, подскажите. Так. У меня чувак сейчас умрет, что он дышит прям печально, аж как задыхается. Дружище, держись. Ну что ты? Так, ну ладно, это с вами. Еще кто-то бегает. Ну где? 8 метров, 7, где оно? Ой, их двое. Чуваки, я вас нет. Ну. Умри. Стой. Да что это такое-то? Ты щелбан ему поставить осталось. Вас уничтожили, прям как... Уничтожили. Так. Где эти чудовища, которые меня замочили? Попытка номер... вот что. Тихо, тихо. Ребенок. Это все хорошо, а где это? Тартрат железа-то? 13 метров. Он мне показывает. Но почему-то эти метры... Ой, зачем? Пардон, друзья, я вышел. Не туда. Так себе игра такая. Вообще, вот я так понял, по идее здесь должно быть, но не видно. Не видно. Пойдем на второй этаж. Я же с тобой уже сражался.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Вот он нашел.
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Средства, так, средства изготовить. Это где-то на втором этаже. Ой, в подвале, я понял. Почему ID появляются по-новому? Успокоились, ребятки. Так, не сюда. Да, я удивлюсь, если сейчас еще и босс будет. Это у них вообще жестоко. Нет, босса нет. Да мне не надо. Дороти,
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find it?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient...
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Хорошо. Доктор Суманс. Заболевание снижает качество крови горожан. Снабжайте их соответствующими лекарствами. Поговорите с пациентами рядом с Дороти и узнайте о его состоянии. Какой?
Still more coming. How can we be sure we're making a difference?
As for me,
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Если, блядь, мультики не смотрите, выключите.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building.
Tell me about yourself, Mr.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed.
I was more curious about what...
I'm a carpenter.
Are you satisfied with your treatment?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be in.
I won't lie to you about it.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself?
In other circ... Goodbye for now, Mr.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Опыта.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival.
Does my arrival inconvenience you?
Let us just say that I don't particularly...
If you have a problem,
Doctors...
There is no need for such animosity between us.
That is one point we could agree on.
Since your tenure in this hospital...
Let's just say I'm tired of...
Carelessness.
We're here...
I don't...
Modern...
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money? Fame? Or are you truly dead?
And what exactly...
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Aykroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Заговорили.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have bad memories of you.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the...
We can at least agree... Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
The daily routine.
Time has lost its effect on me.
I cannot
But
enter.
the suffering continues.
Glorious battalion.
Вот. Просто чувак.
Glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet
Пишите.
with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money. Anyway, to remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
How is the situation?
You will... Oh,
It sounds like
yes,
you
go there.
Since
It's...
are you?
But you keep...
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples.
Maybe you're right. But we support...
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
I'd like to see...
Wise choice.
Surely I can endure another night.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but you
Forgive me.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered...
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Хороший у него кабинетик тоже.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp... The lady...
Indeed. Allow me to...
Apologies. You've taken me by...
The pleasure is mine.
I hope you're more disposed to answer...
You must have countless questions. But I rather...
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These...
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Я тебя понял. Либо тебя подставили, либо ты врешь. Серьезно все. Да, ребятушки, игра, кстати, несерьезная, минимум подсказок. Разбирайтесь сами, якобы. Тяжело в нее играть. Почти собственно сильно, из-за чего мы в процессе.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings within the hospital?
I don't have time for such nonsense, Doctor. I've work to do.
Are you certain? You seem nervous.
If you have something in mind, just speak up, Doctor. Otherwise...
Blackmail is a serious matter, Nurse Hawkins.
Everything is serious around here, Dr. Reed. Starting with patients who need me.
Have you heard of any...
I don't have time.
How would you...
It's Sue.
You must get...
Sorry.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu...
I wish I could believe you. But what if...
How long?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a
Sorry, Doctor.
Pepper, I know you're very close.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins.
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break...
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and
How is the Pembroke staff coping?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more
Why is Milton grumpy?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation.
Why does Milton dislike Doctor?
I don't know.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
These nurses, bred with no respect. What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defender.
Harriet Jones. Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable...
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of it.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man...
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've... The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them. Good evening, sir.
Unless you're it.
I'm Dr. Reed.
You guessed right.
Have you heard...
If you want to know.
How is your...
Oh, it's...
Can I ask...
It's the...
Who is...
No,
you don't...
if I...
Can I do... No. Where were you stationed?
I really don't want...
No offense.
You were an...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious...
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares?
No matter how you feel about her.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
To disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure.
A colleague.
Not anymore, sir.
What do you mean?
No.
Have you... Are you...
What? An
How...
Do you... Yes?
Why?
Because...
Why? Have we...
It went funny. Up yet. With...
Please show...
Of course.
It's locked.
During your lifetime.
А, вот.
Liars and thieves, every last one of them! It's in your heart.
My blood and soul.
Это я уже заплутал в этой больнице.
Good evening, madam. Can I...
It's my son.
I'm Doc...
I'm bit.
What? What?
No. I'm.
Are you really?
Yeah.
What do you...
I have.
Is this...
Some of this.
Tell me what you...
She meant.
She charged you?
Yes. And I paid with. I did.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good.
Goodbye, Nurse. Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan...
Dr. Swansea has already told us that...
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping...
All members of staff have already read about your...
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised.
You must know.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal...
The people who work here all come from
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal...
An invisible enemy?
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks...
Do you think...
We are all...
I'm not familiar with all the stuff.
Brilliant professionals. Most of them.
Most of them.
It would be...
Is there anyone that...
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr.
Why should his aide...
I guess it's...
Nurse Brand...
No.
Goodbye, nurse.
Disgust on every street corner. A daily routine.
Где тебя искать? Стойте. Вот это вот интересно.
Good evening, miss.
Your name?
I beg you.
What are you begging?
You keep...
Well,
Have you... And why do you believe...
I don't need to believe.
Please.
I can
Never. It's a...
delusion. It's own.
Who are... The star...
I'm not...
I see.
Thank you.
Who are you, Grit?
Is that not a...
I'm cute.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't...
I'll leave you.
That's reassuring. Believe me.
Выражение видится и подозрительно, его сердце будет светиться по-особому. Посмотрев на выражение, вы схватили особое действие.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Пошли за ним.